Integrated Directory Service, or IDS, merges the user database of a corporate directory service with the MiVoice Business database. User and service data is synchronized between the corporate directory server and the MiVoice Business IDS. This prevents the need to manually adding or adjust user information when changes are made to the corporate directory. Using LDAP, the data is distributed from MiVoice Business IDS to elements in the system data synchronization network or cluster. Synchronization occurs in one direction only, from the directory server to MiVoice Business IDS. To synchronize updates in the other direction, you must export the LDIF file from the MiVoice Business IDS and import it into the directory server. The MiVoice Business IDS application relies on the scheduler to perform synchronization. It is recommended to review MiVoice Business documentation for a full description of all programming fields and different IDS integration examples. Our example shows supplemental programming data for the directory server showing the basic IDS functionality between a MiVoice Business and Windows Server 2022 Active Directory. To check that the MiVoice Business has an integrated directory services license, in the System Administrator tool, click Licenses. Click License and Option Selection. Scroll down. Find IDS connection. Confirm the license field says yes. With an enabled license, Integrated Directory Service is available on the menu. Windows Active Directory Server must be added as a network element. Click Voice Network. Click Network Elements. Click Add. Enter a name. From Type Options, select Directory Server. Enter the IP address of the Windows Directory Server. Click Save. A connection must be created to the Windows Active Directory Server and the MiVoice Business system. To configure, click Integrated Directory Services. Click IDS Connection. Click Add. Add the domain name of the Active Directory Server. The user must be authenticated and have a successful LDAP lookup on the directory server. Add a valid user. Enter the user's password. Select the connection method. We selected unsecured because the example system does not have a certificate installed. For testing purposes, leave all other options empty. Click Save. We need to set up the LDAP mapping between Active Directory and the MiVoice Business system. In this example, this is the Active Directory users and computers interface the customer has used to create a user they want imported into the MiVoice Business system. They have added the user into the users folder. The IP phone has been assigned extension 3001 and the IP phone field as the MiVoice Business home element in their network. The user has been added to the sales template, which is added as the fax attribute. It is recommended to use roles and templates when importing users from Active Directory to assign multiple attributes to the users. Click Users and Devices. Click Templates. Click User Roles. Create the required user roles with the associated user and service templates. When importing users, many of the predefined attributes are assigned to the user at creation. To configure the mapping file that maps the MiVoice Business attributes with the Active Directory attributes, click Integrated Directory Services. Click User Service Data to LDAP attribute mapping. Ensure the User Server Data field and the LDAP attribute matches the customer's programming. In our example, the role field does not match the Employee Data LDAP attribute. Select and highlight the role. Click Change. Add the new LDAP attribute. Click Save. This changes the LDAP lookup to use the fax telephone number field in Active Directory as the MiVoice Business role. There are two types of scheduled events for IDS. A full integrated directory synchronization, which is used to schedule a query to the directory server for new, modified, and deleted user records. Or an incremental IDS synchronization, which is used to schedule a query of the directory server for only new and modified user records. To set up a full synchronization event from MiVoice Business to Active Directory, click Maintenance and Diagnostics. Click Add. In Event Parameters, enter a title. Enter a start time. In the Repeat section, select Once for a one-time only event. In the Activity Parameters tab, choose IDS Full Synchronization. Under Sync Type, there are three options. Apply Updates, which make the change now. Detain Updates brings the changes in from Active Directory, but do not commit them on the MiVoice Business. Or Compare only to compare the database. We have selected Apply Updates. All other options can be left checked by default. Click Submit. A new scheduled event is added to the scheduler. When the trigger start time is met, the scheduled event occurs and the scheduled event is updated. A message field displays the results of the IDS full synchronization. Back on the User and Services configuration screen, we see our user has been added. All attributes that were added to the sales template have been applied to Dave and his extension is correct. To change a user's name in Active Directory and have it applied to MiVoice Business, a synchronization event from MiVoice Business is used. To create a new synchronization event, click Maintenance and Diagnostics. Click Add. Enter a name. Choose the start date. Choose the time. Choose the repeats. Choose the days to repeat. In the Activity Parameter tab, choose IDS Incremental Synchronization. Change Sync Type to Apply Updates for an immediate update. Click Submit. You can confirm the change under User and Service Configuration. In our last example, we are changing a user's number in Active Directory and syncing the change to MiVoice Business. We are changing the telephone number field in Active Directory from 3001 to 3002. Click OK. Click Users and Services Configuration. We can see our user's number is 3001 on the MiVoice Business. To update, click Integrated Directory Services. Click IDS Data Management. Here, we can see any outstanding changes that were not committed. The modification of the extension number has a status of detained. The directory number on the server does not match the directory number on the MiVoice Business. Check the box next to the record. Click Apply Updates. Click Data Refresh. The item should no longer be listed. To confirm the change, click User and Services Configuration. You can see that the number has been updated. If a user is removed from Active Directory, only a full synchronization event removes the user from the MiVoice Business IDS application.